And we're here with redshirt freshman goalkeeper Jeno. And Jenna, you're 2 games into the season. Just take us through those first 2 games and how you felt out there.
Um, I felt pretty comfortable out there. It was obviously it was my first game because I was redshirted last year, so there was a couple nerves, but I thought our team played pretty well for our first 2 games. Unfortunately, we lost the first one, but I'm glad we fought back to tie in the second game against Oakland.
19 saves in those first 2 games. You said you had a little bit of nervousness going on there that first game, but it sure didn't look like it. Just talk about how you stay composed out there, especially when it is your first weekend here.
Well, I try to do like everything the same throughout games, like warm up, and if I had pretty bad warm up at first, but after the first half, felt more comfortable with the first half, and so I just, I don't know, I just felt more comfortable.
You've been with the team for about a month and a half now. How has it been kind of getting used to life at Eastern Michigan, and what have you learned from the coaching staff thus far?
um, it was really easy to adjust because I know most of these girls before coming in, and then all the other girls I didn't know, they were really welcoming, and so it was really easy to get comfortable with the team. And then the coaching staff's been very supportive. Danny, the goalkeeper coach, has been working us pretty hard, and it's been a good start.
Just talk about moving ahead here. You got Butler coming in for your third straight home game, a team against which Eastern has some history. Just talk about what they bring to the table and what you've seen watching tape against them.
Honestly, I don't know anything about them, so I just know that I want to win finally, and it's our third home game. We got to pull out the W sometime. So hopefully on Sunday it will be.
Talk about the team that plays in front of you, more specifically the defense. What have you seen from them in terms of becoming a strong, cohesive unit, and what do you think can improve as the season goes on?
I'm really comfortable with our defense. I feel like we have a pretty strong D. I feel like they're comfortable with me in the back, so now we mesh pretty well together. Um, they're very good in the air. They've got my back, I feel like, and I just feel like maybe we can get forward a little more on the outsides, but other than that, we're pretty solid.
Okay, Jenna, thanks for your time, and we'll see you out here Sunday against Butler.
All right, thank you.
That's Jenna Odell. We're now with sophomore Bianca Rossi. And Bianca, 2 games under your belt and 2 goals. Just talk about your first 2 games and those 2 goals you scored.
I think that our preseason we worked really hard to, I guess, do better than we did last year. So we were really prepared for the 2 games. It was unfortunate that we lost the first one, but I think coming back from a 3-1 deficiency showed us what we can really do and that we do have it in us to win. So hopefully for the next game we can do that.
That ability to come back, like you said, at Oakland, you were down 3-1, come back and tie it with a pair of goals to make it 3-3. That's something that your team really built at the end of last year, I think. And do you think that's something that's carried over to this year?
I do for sure. Because last year it was hard for us, losing a lot of games. Towards the end, we fought really hard to win a lot more than, or at least try a lot harder than the beginning of the season. And I think that no one wants a year like last year. So coming into this year, we fight really hard and we do what we can to be sure that we improve and we do come back from a 3-1 loss or losing.
Just talk about the offense. It's a unit that seems like it still has a little bit of way to go before it's clicking on all cylinders, but at times during the game, it's something that we really see come on strong. Just talk about where you're at now and where you need to be or want to be by the end of the season.
I think that by the end of the season, I want the midfielders to work better together and work well with the forwards, like connecting more and passing more. But I think that we're doing really well considering that it's our second game. But I think we still do have a way to go, but we're doing pretty good now.
We already know about yourself and Angelo Voltaggio, the two people, the kind of the big guns on offense. But you have a couple nice pieces this year. Of course, you have Stephanie Clark as well, and also Martha Stevens, who played a couple minutes in both of the games and got herself a couple nice goals. Just talk about her and the rest of the offense.
I think Clark is really strong. at front. So the way we play now is we play with an attacking. She's an attacking midfielder, so I think she supports me and Ange up top really well, and she finds us through balls and balls over top. She's really good at looking to place balls very well, and I think Martha, when she gets in there, she puts a lot of effort in, and she works well to feed us balls also, and look for 1-2s or through balls. I think they'll both help us really well in the upcoming season.
Well, those 2 goals you scored on Sunday there, it's now 6 goals for your career. Does the joy of scoring a goal ever go away for you?
No, it doesn't, especially when you're down 3-1 scoring the tying goals. It's a good feeling.
And finally, Bianca Butler comes in Sunday looking for that first win. Just talk about them. You've seen them before, and what they can do and how you can beat them.
I think if we get out wide and look for crosses and through balls to me and Ange, we'll definitely take them by surprise. I think our defense is really strong too, so they'll have a hard time getting behind them and through them. But I think it should be a good game, and we should come up on top.
Okay, Bianca, we appreciate the time. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Bianca Rossi. And I'm joined now with EMU soccer head coach Scott Hall. And Scott, you got 2 games under your belt, a loss and a tie. The tie, especially to come back from a 3-1 deficit, was really a big statement of sorts by your team. Just talk about that game, and looking forward to getting that first win this weekend.
Yeah, I think unfortunately we scored the first goal again against Oakland, and then in a 13-minute span gave up 3 goals. Not what we're looking for, but the team really turned it around. We got a goal right before half to make it 3-2, and then came out in the second half, and I thought we changed our formation a little bit, changed our player personnel, and the kids reacted to it really well. And I was impressed with the 3-3 comeback, and also a couple chances to possibly win the game. I don't think we would have seen that out of our team last year, so again, I think it still is a good start for us. And Oakland, very good team. I mean, they moved the ball well. A lot of good quality players that have been, juniors and seniors. So Pitt and Oakland have been 2 really good tests for us.
Especially that game against Oakland, we saw not only Bianca Rossi with 2 goals, but also a lot of the team get on the score sheet. And in the preseason, it seems like that's one of the things that you were talking about, is that it's going to take a full team effort to get wins this year.
Yeah, I think we're defending fairly well. I think we are our attackers are getting good chances, good looks on the goal. We're creating chances, which I thought we did last year too. We've done a good job of putting some of those away now. Now I think it's just keep finding that connection in midfield to kind of keep us connected between the both. And we haven't quite found the right personnel that's fit there. But the good thing is we've got a lot of players that are really pushing themselves to get into that kind of starting core. So it's been a fun week for us. Again, even after not getting the results we wanted, it's been fun to see them compete to get to those spots.
Your goalkeeper, Jenn, her first 2 games with the team, she looked very confident, comfortable in goal. Just talk about her performance and how she can improve.
Well, I think Jenna's done great. I mean, here's a player who played, basically an exhibition game for Iowa State last year and was hurt most of the year, has come back, got herself fit, got herself ready to go pretty much on her own after leaving Iowa State. So coming in with 3-4 other goalkeepers and really putting herself in a good spot to start. I think our defenders are confident with her behind us. Unfortunately, we've put her in a couple bad spots where we've made some pretty costly errors that have cost us goals. But I think those are things we can fix. So as we fix those, I mean, Jenna's not giving goals away. She's making the saves she should. And again, with Danny, she'll only get better. I mean, she's got 4 years left. I mean, it's going to be a fun ride with her.
We've seen a couple new looks the first 2 games this year, especially up front. We've seen Martha Stevens up there, and also Sarah Deacon, who's new to the team this year. Just talk about their contributions so far.
I think we've got a lot of attacking options. Even with Kara, Martha, Sarah Deacon, Bianca, Ange, Steph Clark. I mean, we've got a lot of players that we can kind of get in that mix. And it's now just finding those players that are being consistent so that we can kind of continue and keep that role going. I mean, the attack has been fairly good for us. General defending's been very good for us. It's still that midfield that we've got to kind of figure out and get that right.
2 games down at home. You've got one more this weekend against Butler, and then you go on the road for 2 games to San Antonio. Just talk about getting that last win at home and having that good feeling before you go on the road for your first road test of the year.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. We put these games in to make sure that we're ready for our MAC season, and so far, I mean, both Pitt and Oakland and even Illinois State, the exhibition, have given us very good tests. I mean, they've all played different ways. We've had to adjust to that, and for a young team with 17 freshmen and sophomore, this is good for us, very good. We may not be getting the right results, but we're getting closer, and we're able to see a lot of our maybe weaknesses, so we can fix those as we get to the MAC season. So I think for Butler, same thing. It's another good team like Oakland University. They're going to push us. They got to throw a lot of players forward. They've got a lot of players that can keep the ball. This is another good game for us, and again, it feels good because we're at home before we do get on the road. It would be nice to, again, push to get this win against Butler to get us on the road off to Texas. But it's going to be a great test. I mean, this is another good game.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot for joining us. We wish you luck, and we'll see you out here on Sunday.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay, remember to come on out to Secluna Field this Sunday, 1 o'clock versus Butler University as the Eagles wrap up that 3-game homestand.